Alright, so this is an update. It's 2026 and I'm still seeing these Samsungs freezing up in the fresh food section. Basically, if you watched my previous video, I talked about moving that 104N sensor from that copper line right there to this copper line, and then also removing that drain clip and putting the new drain clip down there. We're still going to do that part of the repair, but now we're adding this new heater wire to the top of the copper lines. Make sure your drain line is completely clear though, but this heater line, you see where the braided part is at? That is your actual heater. That's what's going to be going to wrap around this copper line right here. So when it actually goes into defrost, when the heater goes into the defrost, it sends 120 volts down the defrost heater on both sides, right? So we're going to connect one side to one side of the heater and the other side to the other side. So when it goes into defrost, it melts all that from the bottom and the top. All right. So as you can see, I got it wrapped around the copper, the evaporator coils like this. You see how I got the braided part on the actual coils, and I try to buy. I don't even want to put that braided on that piece of white plastic right there because I don't know how hot this thing gets, and I didn't want to melt that plastic clip, so I just keep it away from that. But I do wrap it around all the copper. You see how I got it wrapped right here, and I got all this extra wires. You don't need all that wire. I've seen some pictures, some videos, they wrap them wire. I think that's too much. You can actually cut it about right there. Well, I got it just enough for it to reach to the two sides of your heater wires. All right. So basically what we're going to do is clamp on. If you got one of those wire clips that could clamp onto the wire, you could use that. Cause I know most electricians are going to be like, you could just use that. But me, I'm cheap. So I just basically trim some of the insulation off that heater. As you can see, that brown heater wire, I trim some right there, and I do what I call the ball method. So as you can see on this side, that's how I did it. I trim some of it back. Please, 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 please don't cut that wire. So take your time. I use my pocket knife or utility knife, and I trim some of that insulation off that wire, and then I'm gonna wrap it around. As you can see, I got a little bit right there off the new heater wire, and I'm just wrapping it around. I call it my ball method. I just ball it around there, twist it tight around there, twist it, and then I'm gonna take some electric tape, and I'm gonna basically electric tape that real thick, all right, to keep some of that moisture and stuff off of that. But again, as you can see, after I got it wrapped, I put some zip ties. I use about 8 zip ties, and I basically tie it so it's real tight up against that evaporator coil line and that copper. Just make sure you got it tight, and then I cut. Don't leave all those ends off. Please cut them off, technicians. But again, I zip tied it away from that clip because I didn't want to melt that. And as you can see, I wrapped around both those copper lines on the left, and then I got it taped real thick on both sides. And that's pretty much the add-on part of the repair. But again, make sure you clean that drain. Make sure it's draining all the way down to the drain pan, and then you should be good to go.